Okay, what happens now? This is the important thing, Diwali. At one point, Guru Jahangir falls ill. Yeah? And Chandu, he basically makes a suggestion to Maharaj. Maharaj, I've heard, okay, that if you imprison a holy man, yeah, then he will take, yeah, the karma off you and you will become well. So basically, Chandu tried his best to still hurt the Sikh kingdom. And at that point then, Guru Sahib is asked by Jahangir to go into prison for him, yeah, as a kind of tapasya kind of thing, so that Jahangir can get better. Now Maharaj agrees to this. Okay, there was no battle, there was nothing. Guru Sahib says okay, because they knew Jahangir and they wanted to teach this lesson that it wasn't going to happen. And obviously what's going to happen next was important as well. So Maharaj goes in to Gwalior. Now 2 years Maharaj in Gwalior. Now Gwalior is known as a place you don't come out of. I don't know if you noticed. It was a prison that if you went to, you didn't come out. It was a political prisoner place. It wasn't just normal prisoners. People went there as political prisoners and they had inside a cremation ground. So if you were a Hindu, you stayed there until you died, then you were burnt, and you were that's it, you finished there. And if you, they also had a burial site on inside the prison. It's a castle. So if you died as a Muslim, then they buried you there as well. You never came out. So Maharaj is now in there for 2 years. The Sikhs are very upset. You can imagine, Guru is not here. Guru's in prison in Gwalior. And this tradition still happens to this day. The Sikhs from Amritsar would get together and they would go all the way to Gwalior and they would go around and around the fort singing Kirtan, doing parikrama of their Guru. Now you imagine that now, when we go to our Gurdwara, we do parikrama of our Guru. We go around our Guru. And those Sikhs, the power they must have had, it's not a small fort to go all the way there and go around and do a chonki. Shabad chonki is called, yeah? Singing Kirtan around in a group. And this still happens now. People still go to Gwalior. There was a lot of other political prisoners there as well. Okay? Now here's an important fact. Basically, after 2 years, okay, Jahangir got better. Okay? And Wazir Khan at that time, who was a good Muslim on our side, and Mian Mir, the Sufi saint obviously, was still around. Okay? He convinced Jahangir to free Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji. Okay? Reminded him that, look, don't you remember he saved your life from that tiger? And look, you've imprisoned him. Because he didn't used to come out of there. So he probably had forgotten about Guru Sahib, that he was going to stay there for the rest of his life. And Jahangir says, yes, no, I should repay that favour, and now I'm better anyway. So they ask for Maharaj to be freed. But then Maharaj refuses to leave. Now Jahangir is in a bit of a conundrum, because he said, free him. Maharaj says, no. If you're going to free me, you must free all these other princes as well. So Jahangir is like, well, I owe him my life. So okay. Jahangir says, okay, you can take as many people out as you can hold on to your coat. Okay? So those are the words, isn't it? So once the button has been given, then Maharaj says, okay. And Guru Sahib then orders a specially made coat with 52 strings coming off it. You know, kaliyan are those, you know, when you have like the old Indian coats, they have like pleats. Yeah? So they order this massive coat with 52 long pleats coming off it. Nowadays it's a string, but it wasn't, it's a big coat. And Maharaj basically, you know, because of that word that was given, that anybody can hold on to your coat, yeah, they then get around that and they actually free all these people. Now the principle is Vandike Shakna. The word Shakna means to eat, isn't it? Consume. But Vandike means before you consume, you must share. It's a funny thing. Most of us nowadays, you know, like there's these charity things now where you can get the money taken out when your income comes into your bank, you can have the employer take it out. Why? Because once it goes into your account, it's very hard to get rid of it, isn't it? It's in your account, all your direct debits go out, what's left at the end, you know, then pretty soon you're thinking, I don't know if I can afford it. Yeah? But thus one should always go out before you even touch it. Vand ke, then shako. First share the 10% out for the Guru and then do the rest. Yeah? And remember, Guru's golak is not just in the Gurdwara, it's in any greed person's mouth. Any poor person you can feed with your money, okay, that's Guru Sahib's golak. Okay, we're going to come to that in a second. There's a famous story about this. Guru Sahib said, then took 52 people out. Special chola was made, 52 kaliyan, and these kings were released. all these people are political prisoners, remember. Yeah, they're only in there because somehow they've displeased Jahangir for whatever reason, yeah, that he wants to take over their kingdom or whatever, help the next successor. And Maharaj is called Bandi Chhor for this day. Yeah, Bandi means people that are imprisoned, Chhor means to free. Yeah, now obviously the problem with Punjabi is that there's letters that are not in English, so you can't write Chhor. The R doesn't exist. Yeah, you can't write it. So now we use R or we use D. You know, it doesn't make any sense. So it is important to learn Gurmukhi for that reason, because you just can't Romanize Gurmukhi. Yeah. So now Guru Sahib goes to meet Jahangir in Delhi, and he explains to Jahangir how Chandu had tricked him into imprisoning Guru Sahib. Okay, and for this reason, then Chandu was then given over to the Sikhs. Jahangir said, "Okay, you can have him now. He's done so much bad to your community. Yeah, he's in your care. He's in your hawala." Now, what happens, unfortunately, is Sikhs, yeah, they've got a grudge against Chandu, because imagine 2 years they had to go all the way to Gwalior to see their Guru, all because there's Chandu. Yeah, and what happened to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj? So you can imagine now how much I'd be annoyed if somebody tried to do that to my Guru. You can imagine those Sikhs at that time, they're very annoyed as well, right? So Chandu basically is taken by the Sikhs to Lahore, and he is killed in the streets, yeah, by a Sikh who saw Guru Arjan Dev Ji being tortured. So he's got that josh, that pyar for his Guru, so they kill Chandu in the streets, yeah. Just like, you know, you think about those people that came into Hargobind Sahib, yeah, and they're shaheeds. So Chandu was done that way, but Maharaj forgave Chandu, yeah, because he never got to explain himself or anything. He just was like, you know, summarily tortured and killed. Now when they come back to Hargobind Sahib, you see all those up there, down there, all those dive. So this is now why Diwali or Deep Mala is celebrated by the Sikhs, because now Guru Sahib from Delhi, after meeting Jahangir from Gwalior, Delhi, then they come back to Amritsar, and that welcoming party, yeah, is what we celebrate now. Because funnily enough, the whole of Diwali is about Ramji coming back to Ayodhya, and they're welcoming back, because he was in Banvas, he was in exile. Now he comes back, and the same way now our Guru has come back. But this is not somebody who is, you know, in bygone era. This is just 400 years ago. Our Guru Sahib comes back 350 years ago. So they celebrate Deep Mala and Bandi Chhor. We do that even now. So that's exactly why we celebrate, Diwali. And then this festival of Diwali, Deep Mala, it becomes one of the 2 main festivals for Sikhs. Okay, in many years later, after Guru Sahib's grandson makes the Khalsa Panth, at that point then, Diwali is always celebrated in Amritsar, because that's where Guruji came back. And then, later, and Hola Mohalla is then celebrated in Anandpur Sahib. And those became the 2 main meets for the Khalsa